to the Press for Conversation podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Laidback Corey. I got my co-host Tasha. I got my co-host CG. Yeah. And man, we got a special guest, man. This man can sing all the way from here to whenever. He got a great voice, man. He got a great hit song that's out featuring Young Destin, right? Great song, man. My main man, Sam Watson. What's up,
yes,
man?
sir. What's going on? I like that.
But before we get into this episode, we're gonna play your great song, Nisha and the Shay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, yeah. Hey, Nisha and the Shay, got something to say. Shawty bad, so please come my way. Hey, you got the juice, stand up, salute. Yeah, I'm just speaking off my mind. I just need a little time. Nisha and the Shay, got something to say. Hey, shawty bad, yeah, so please come my way. Yeah, you got the juice, stand up, salute. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what's up. Holla at me, baby girl, what's up? So baby, what's up? I'm trying to get you in the gut, yeah. Shawty, I ain't gonna lie, you the baddest chick I seen in months, yeah. I see you, girl, I peek, gang. Phone number, let's exchange.
All right, man.
Yes, fire.
That right there, I'm gonna need some of those.
So why Nisha and the Shay?
Why Nisha and the Shay?
Yes.
Originally, the song was made for her, the instrumental.
Okay.
Me and my man Brooklyn Beast made the beat together, and the idea just came out of nowhere. You know how it is at nighttime. Mm-hmm. That's how it was. It just came at night.
That's the best.
And I just hit my man's up the next day. I was like, "Come over, let's make a beat." Mm-hmm. I got something specifically for Nisha and the Shay. I don't know why. Just come over and make it, and we did. And it's not hard to get in touch with her because she's very active on Instagram. So I decided to just put a hook on it already and just record it and put it out on Instagram and have people tag her. Right. I thought it was going to take a minute to get to her, but she responded that same day. She said she loved it.
Dope.
She said she wanted to be a part of it. I said, cool. And we had to now we just have to see how we were going to get her in the studio and when we was going to get her in the studio to record whatever she was going to write to it. But her schedule wasn't matching up with ours, so it was like that for months, and I eventually forgot about the song. Like, I just let it go. And then my birthday comes up, a little after my birthday, I came across the Nisha and I was like, I forgot about this. You know what, let me just write something to this. Yeah. So I just wrote something to it that same day, recorded it, and then I hit up Young and Destin. I was like, yo, bro, I think I have one for us. And he was like, bet. And so he came over that same day, wrote his verse that same night, recorded his verse, and that was it.
Sweet.
It was pretty.
So tell us how you met Young and Destin. How did you meet him?
I met him through some mutual people that we know. I'm not really sure. Were you looking for like a singer at some point?
That's Young and Destin, ladies and gentlemen, he talking to.
I'm good. Yeah. He was looking for a singer for a song that he did called "I'm Good," and somebody told me about that, so I just said cool. So that's how me and him got together. We just started. At first, we was just working on songs together, and then eventually we just became cool. And then now we're in the same group called Tribal Regime. You know, we just chill.
So what made you get into the realm of R&B music, the realm of music overall?
My family, period. Like, my family is very musically inclined on both sides of the family. My granddad can sing. My grandmother can. She says she can kind of sing, but she can hold a note or two. My mother can sing. My mama can sing. Everybody.
Did you grow up in a church?
Yes.
That's where it starts.
I ain't starting the choir.
Oh, no.
I was always just there to witness everything and just see everything. But I was always a church dude. Dude. Wednesdays.
You mean Mondays went Bible study?
Oh, my mama was not like that. My mother was not like that.
My grandma was.
Every Sunday, it was just like, we going to church every Sunday. And my dad played the piano at the church, so we definitely had
to be there.
We definitely had to be there. So, yeah, it was just like that every Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandma was one of those all week.
Okay.
The only church day we had off was Saturday.
Prayer, 6 a.m. We're 6 a.m. prayer. We're at Bible study.
My grandmother on my mama's side probably is that same way, but I don't really know. I never really asked, but I'm pretty sure she's like this. I'm pretty sure she's still like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what's your favorite instrument you like to play?
Piano. Off the top.
Why the piano?
That's the first instrument I learned how to play on my own, and my dad plays the keyboard, so it just rubbed off on me.
You play multiple instruments?
Yeah, I play 10.
10 instruments?
10, yeah.
10.
Run them down.
Yeah, I want to know.
They say voice is an instrument. And I said,
definitely.
cool. Okay, so voice, piano, tenor saxophone, alto saxophone, soprano saxophone, baritone saxophone, xylophone, drums. I don't know if I said that already. Guitar, clarinet.
All right.
Talented. I'm gonna need you to say it. You know, when you say, I need you to be a little bit louder, like, cause if I know how to do all that, I'm like, I play the piano.
He had to run past.
At the end of the day, I be chilling,
Run
man.
past 'cause it's
I
just
be
normal.
chilling. Like when I just be chilling. I'm like, yeah, I do all this, but hey, don't let that, make you feel some type of way or anything like that. I'm not that type of guy that just be all that. Like, yo, I do all this. What can you do?
Yeah.
I ain't that guy. So when I say I just do that, that's what's up. Hey, what can you do? Shit, you probably play more stuff. You probably play more instruments than I do.
I do,
As you should.
What instruments you play, Tasha? Let me run them down.
Don't next
Oh,
time.
I
It's about him.
I'm curious. I'm curious though, but I'm curious myself. It's a good question. I'm gonna start asking questions now. It's about you.
So, Latasha.
So, how many instruments do you play?
Your turn.
No, but okay. So, how old were you when you started?
I learned my first instrument when I was 10. I was 10. Singing came early. That was always there, but to touch my first instrument, I was 10.
That was piano.
That was piano,
Yeah.
for sure.
So, what made you choose singing? Because if you are musically inclined, so what?
It was singing. I didn't take singing seriously until I was 16.
Okay.
It was because I was performing a lot in my high school and stuff, and they all had these little concerts and stuff. And people kept asking me, "Where's your music at? Do you have any music out?" And I'm like, "I don't." That's kind of funny. I don't. As much as I perform my own songs that I've written and stuff, so that's what made me want to take music seriously. At that point, I was like, okay, so people are asking for material that I don't have. I might as well jump on that right now, and get ahead
Give
of
them
it.
what they want.
Yeah.
So you're a writer too.
I'm definitely a writer.
That's
I think I was a
major.
writer first, then a singer.
That's
I
major.
think that's how it came.
So you was writing at 8, 7, 6.
Yeah, I was writing poems. Believe it or not, I was a rapper first before I was a singer.
Okay.
Okay.
People will never believe that. People cannot see that when they look at me like, you was a rapper? What was your rapper name? I didn't have no rapper name.
There's a lot of dudes that's R&B singers that can really rap.
I can't.
You can't rap?
I can't. I don't have the rapping
If you
voice.
can write poems, you can rap.
I definitely wrote a lot of poems back in the day. So, and it'd be some deep stuff as an 8-year-old kid, and teachers be like, "What do you be going through?" I'm like, "Nothing. It just crosses my mind. I just write it down." So,
There's something just flowing through you, huh?
Yeah.
If you had to make a choice, writing versus performing.
And I had to choose between those two, writing and performing. I like to write, but I also like to perform. That's hard.
Cause
I haven't performed. In
with a lot
very
of people, it comes to that. It comes to that in the industry. You know what I mean? So
that's hard to choose. Why would you give me that question?
because
that
that's
hurt.
what I like to do.
So you bring me the very tough questions. You give me like the simple.
I don't
Simple
know.
stuff.
I'm just going to ask whatever pop in my head.
The most simple question that comes out of your head. My man just comes with the simple questions, but the nice questions that'll give you more like detail.
Right.
You give the.
I like that you gave me that title, and I'm a run with it.
Hey, as you should, Miss Queen.
She's on it for a reason. She does a great job.
As you should, great
Don't
job.
get distracted. Go ahead.
If I had to choose between songwriting and performing, I would choose songwriting at the end of the day, because I can write songs that might not be meant for me, but I can definitely give them to somebody else that can bring that song to life, and I have done that multiple times, and it's never disappointed.
Now you say writing songs, like what type of mood do you be in? What's your favorite mood you like to be in when you're writing music?
Calm and like aware of what's going on around me.
Do you write good music when you're emotional too?
Oh, very, very much. Emotional when it's like it could be inspired after I'm watching a sad movie like The Notebook or something like that.
Never
that's
saw that movie.
Oh, you got Notebook.
Yeah.
You got no.
I got notebooked at some point. It could be something across the lines of like.
So you said no, but so that comes to this question: how do you deal with writer's block?
How do I deal with writer's block? I actually just try not to force. I actually just say, okay, I'm gonna take a break from it and just let it come to me when it comes to me. And I actually had that. I actually had writer's block not too long ago, so I knew I had to just focus on something else in order to get that inspiration back. So. Because I was so stressed out.
Just gotta live a little bit.
I was like, all right, I'll come back to this. Like, it'll always be here when I get back. Exactly. So I might as well just take a break.
Exactly. For the ones, for the ones who watching, this is the Press for Conversation podcast. I got my co-host Tasha. I got my co-host, my main man CG, and we got a special guest on R&B singer songwriter Sam Watson.
Yes, sir.
Sam.
Yeah.
So
came from the gut.
I'm here.
So, question. So, what is your most like? How do I want to word it? What is one project that's like really means a lot to you? What's one song that's like that song? Like if somebody came to you right now and said, "I want to buy this song from you. I love this song," you would be like, "No, like this mine's."
My favorite project is Release 2. It's a little EP that I made last year during the pandemic when it was really serious. Yeah. And that gave me a lot of time to really just get everything together.
Okay.
And get my thoughts together and writing and stuff. If I had to choose a song, that's hard. Because I have so many songs that I love and say, no, you can't have it. It probably would be Confess Part 2 would be my number one song. Confess Part 2 is one of those songs that was like, this is not you, but this is you. And I didn't expect that coming from you.
Give us a little background on the song.
Confess Part 2 is just obviously somebody confessing to somebody in this case. And I put it in a story. So it's about just a guy who got cheated on by his girl. And he found out through his friend. And she tried to play it off him anyway. She broke it off with him. Pisses him off. He gets drunk that night and he calls his old longtime friend who he hasn't talked to since he's been in that relationship with that girl.
So you gotta talk about yourself and then we get
Oh no, I'm not talking about myself at all. It was a little story that just came in my head. I was like, okay.
Screenplay.
So yeah. So he calls her and asks her, "Can you come over? Like after all these years, can you just come over and talk? Like and whatever." So that's how Confess Part 2 comes in and around. Like in the song, he just explains his feelings.
You got a video for that song?
Oh, I like that.
I actually do.
Oh, we gonna check that
Yes,
out.
well,
But it's not out yet.
Oh, we gonna check that out as soon as it drops. You got to. That sounds like some soap opera, you know? Like, we got to follow up on these stories. Like,
Yeah, like
because it's part 2.
yeah, Part 2. There is a Part 1 and there is a Part 3.
Oh, so where can we find this song?
Confess Part 2, you can find it all on all streaming platforms. It's everywhere. So every Confess Part 1, 2, and 3 is all out right now.
Now to piggyback off Tasha's question about the songwriting, what song do you hear on the radio today that you was like, damn, I wish that was wrote for me?
That was written.
And you
for
wish
me.
you could have written.
Well, I wish I could have written. Now, as far as songs that I wish I claimed that I written, today it would be one of Givion's songs. Still Your Best.
Oh, okay.
I love him.
That was my top favorite. That was my favorite song. YD actually introduced me to that song, and I was like, yeah, I wish I would have wrote that. I wish I would have wrote that.
Why that song?
Because at the time I think I was working on Release 2, and I was going through something very, very, very deep, and Still Your Best like just hit that night. And I'm like, yeah, that's the vibe that's the vibe I'm trying to go for, and I wish I would have written a song something similar to that or exactly like that.
Yeah.
So
is it a song out right now where you feel like you did that song or somebody else took the energy?
I did that song, somebody else felt it. Yeah, Confess Part 3.
Really?
And I wanted that to happen purposely.
Okay.
Confess Part 3 is featuring my good friend Nico. She is probably one of the most dangerous Detroit R&B singers out here. Like, she's very dangerous. Like when she sings, she gives you chills.
Oh, because you said dangerous. Like, she a murderer. She been on the first 48. I mean, what you talking
I mean,
about?
she could kill you with her vocals and her ability.
Do I gotta watch my back when I'm around her, even though I haven't met her yet? But I mean, give me a heads up.
What's her name?
Nico.
Nico.
Yeah, Niko.
Okay.
Nico.
Okay,
Yeah.
Nico.
Her songwriting skills are crazy. Her singing abilities are immaculate. Everything about her is just like,
Yeah, I just need you to explain because you say dangerous. I'm like, wow, dangerous. Damn.
I mean, that's just my way of describing like when if you had to pick if instruments were a weapon and or voices were a weapon and you had to choose your weapon of choice to fight somebody else with their weapon, I would choose Nico.
If you was in a major battle and they like you got one artist to call up right now, y'all about to win $100K. If she killed everybody in this, I was about to cuss. If they killed everybody up in here, you calling her?
No, I'm actually calling Asaka the Renegade. That's what I'm calling. My man Asaka the Renegade.
Okay.
That's what I'm calling.
Okay.
He's that dude. He's that guy.
What artist and producer would you like to work with in the near future?
Cardiac, OG Parker, Tone Stith. There's so many.
You got major inspiration from the industry right now, or it's just all your energy?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It depends on who it is.
Who helped you get in that booth?
Who helped me get in that booth? My man, my man Two-Face Suave. He's the one who got me started into this whole thing. I was dating his sister at the time, and she introduced me to him because she believed in my talents. Okay. And then he just helped me find my sound and find myself as an artist and just figure out how stuff works around. So if it wasn't for her and him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today.
Okay. Even with all the musical background,
all of that.
It wasn't for them.
Nah, it literally wouldn't have been for them.
Sweet.
I never been in the studio.
Shout out to them then.
Shout out to them. It's always love with them too. I love them both.
Yes, sir.
So what are your biggest obstacles like as trying to, make a name for yourself in the industry? Like what's the hardest?
Being comfortable with myself and what I'm trying to go for at the end of the day. And my comfortability as far as an artist. Because everybody has their own, little taste of what they got. Everybody got something to put up on the plate. You know what I'm saying? So
their own lane, basically.
They in their own lane. And my lane is like I'm not your typical R&B that you hear today. I can be. I love doing that stuff, but I'm more towards like I want you in your feelings, whether if you like it or not.
Okay, so you trying to get us crying, you trying to get us all in our feelings. I don't want to call them, but I'm just gonna call.
I'm trying to say I just keep it real with a lot. I just try to keep it real and try to make sure like what I say resonates and hits for everybody who don't really speak on stuff like that.
Right. So in a small conversation, give us a glimpse of who Sam Watson really is in and outside of music.
In and outside. At the end of the day, I'm a chill guy. I'm a chill guy who likes to watch movies, play video games, and be goofy.
What system? We always got to ask.
PS4.
See, it look like you dying over here with that Xbox.
Oh, you an Xbox?
You see this?
You an Xbox?
It look like you just losing this battle, bro.
What did they call you? A gay box?
Game box. The game.
What?
What? Game box. Oh.
I'm with you.
You with the Xbox?
Yeah,
okay.
Xbox, man.
You do have an Xbox.
But
I'm PS4.
That's okay.
PlayStation all day.
Xbox has the better graphics, so it doesn't matter.
Some games got the better graphics. So, not all games.
When they jump on that 4K TV,
you better Google that.
That's
You say on the 4K TV?
On that 4K.
I say Xbox got the sports games down with the.
Oh yes, we do.
The graphics, but. With those magic type or fighting type, that's PlayStation all day.
We got company.
Okay.
The only thing Xbox got on us is Halo.
Yeah, and it's not even cracking like it used to. So
Fortnite took that out.
Gears of War is okay, but come on now. Do you want to keep getting chainsawed all over the place? I mean, come on now.
So back to you. What do you like to do when you're not writing, when you're not performing? Like, what do you like to do?
Yeah, what he just said.
No,
if I'm not
that's what he said.
If after a long day of just being productive in the studio, it's like
it's just video games.
It's either video games or just a game, or I just go out and do something.
Okay.
Or I just call my girl and be like, let's go out and do something.
With how everything is set up outside right now, what do you go to do? And you know you can go do it every time. don't matter if you gotta wear your mask or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I can go to the mall and just do what I gotta do. Go on the shopping spree if I really wanted to.
You like to shop.
I like to shop.
Shopping makes me happy.
Do you skate? Do you go skate?
You don't hear that often.
Look, I just
Look,
You don't go skating?
I just learned how to skate, dude.
No, okay.
I just learned.
Someone's
Hey, let me
laughing
tell
at
you.
do you look like D-Wade out here?
Because let me tell you, because my friend Rose Thornberry, who was another R&B singer from here, you wouldn't even think she's from Detroit, but she had a music video and it was 70s based attire, and it was at a skating rink,
Okay.
and
That sounds.
it was fun, but me learning how to roller skate, it was just man, I took some hard falls.
So for the people that's
How many times did you fall?
At least more than 3.
go ahead.
At least 4 times. Four times. Like the last 2 times hurt. Hurt.
So you was getting.
I got the hang of it after a while, but I knew I was gonna take some falls, but I got the hang of it after a while. So
You had the little walker.
no.
Okay, so because D-Wade,
No, I actually-
D-Wade was looking so bad.
No, I was like, at
No,
some point-
D-Wade was on it.
So when you fail,
he couldn't
so
even
what- so what
move
you-
with it.
So when you fail, you
At
like
this moment that he knew, he fucked up.
No, like at some points I used the wall to make sure I got the hang of how to move
Okay.
and stuff. But once I got the hang of it, I eventually started going in the middle and started practicing.
So you good now?
No, no.
He
I'll-
said no.
So
I had to keep doing that, keep practicing.
Yeah.
okay. So for the people that's watching this great episode of the podcast, can you give us any material and any website places we can go to find Sam Watson?
Right now I'm working on my website right now, so it's still under construction. But once that's done, it'll be up in the link in my Instagram bio. But for the most part, anybody want to catch up with me, I'm always on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active.
Okay. What's the Instagram?
Sam Watson _official.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It rolls off the tongue just a little bit.
It does. It does.
It rolls off the tongue easy. So yeah, that's where I usually be at. If I'm not on there, I'm on Facebook sometimes, but yeah, Instagram is where I'm always at. I like Twitter, but it's toxic. So I don't be on Twitter. But
I
yeah,
was just talking about trying to make a Twitter because I never had it.
I mean, make a Twitter.
I feel like
and
you make a Twitter, you just talking to yourself. You know what I mean? Like you just.
So
it seems like most of those
Boring.
Twitter posts get shared a lot.
I'm telling you right now, just be careful who you follow and what you follow.
That's why.
Some of these things really do be going
I'm
like,
glad they got that high end block
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
yeah.
So what's new? I want that. What's new?
Well, I'm working on my third. Jesus, I got at least like 7 projects out. I'm working on another project called Release 3.
Okay.
I just released my second album out of 7 projects. The Process 2, which has
Okay.
Confess Part 3 on there.
Okay.
So the process is just a storyline that I continue because everybody was so mad that I left them on a cliffhanger in the first.
That's what you
Right.
gotta do.
Yeah,
You gotta do that.
They were so mad. They was asking me, "Is this person gonna do this? Is she gonna come over?" Like,
That's me. Like, what? Don't leave us
Sam,
hanging.
so
we need that next song, Sam.
so
Right.
so eventually, I
remember I seen that video. The guy run up on that dude. When you gonna drop another song, man?
yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much how it is. So that I dropped that in the end of February, and now I'm just dropping visuals on top of visuals with Denisha and the Shade John that came out in April, and that's doing crazy numbers. So I'm thinking
It's hot.
it's doing crazy numbers. Once it reached a certain goal, I'm putting out another music video, which I have ready. So
That's what I'm talking about. Keep hitting them.
So
Right.
I'm trying to hit them with more visuals this year.
so
Last
look-
year was just a comeback of music, and now visuals now because
Now
they
we
really
getting
can't.
into it.
A lot of people don't know what I look like really, so I'm a myth to a lot of them. To a lot
What-
of people.
Yeah,
out
you
here.
gotta get your face out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Hit his Instagram.
Right.
It's right there.
Right. Well, we like to thank you for coming through, man. Like we
Yes,
like
sir.
to thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
We like
I
to
love
thank
being
you.
out here.
We appreciate you
Oh, we
coming.
done? We
We love
wrapped
having
up?
you,
to the
brother. We love
podcast.
having you.
Yeah, I
Appreciate you.
it.
Appreciate you
Aw.
coming by or whatever like that. For the ones that's watching the Press for Conversation podcast, this is my co-host Tasha,
Hey.
my co-host CG.
Lockheed.
This is we got my main man Sam Watson. Thank you for coming in.
Yes, sir.
This is the
Appreciate
Press
it.
for Conversation podcast. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, and don't be afraid to comment down below. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, on Anchor. Check us out on Patreon. We on Apple Podcasts. If I already didn't say
On
that.
everything,
Google
everybody.
Podcasts,
On
we everywhere.
everything.
We on all
Everything.
We out
streams.
there.
Thank you so
Everything.
much. We appreciate y'all.
Just please, my handshake. Please.